So at a certain point, I realized to have peace, I had to unlearn toxic traits, characteristics, habits that I picked up along the way in my life, which was a really hard self reflection to make. Hey everyone, welcome back to Tori Talks 20s. Last time we had Briley on and we talked about being a teenager in today's society and the pressures that they may feel from it, which had me self-reflecting a lot of the toxic traits that I picked up as a teenager and I had to unlearn as a young adult. Get comfy and let's deep dive into that today. One of the main things that I had to unlearn would be everyone's life timeline looks different, everyone's life journey looks different. We grow up thinking we have these long-term goals that we need to achieve by this time, which I don't think anything is wrong with that, but we also need to be a realist, and life happens and hardships may hit us along the way and kind of deteriorate us from the path that we're supposed to be on, but at the end of the day, we're going to get back on that path. Cosmetology school really helped me understand that. I was in class with people who were older than me who may have had a foundation and a steady career, a house, a husband, kids, and I'm fresh out of high school. And just hearing everyone's experiences kind of made me realize that your journey is your own timing, and when it's meant for you, it will happen. Just be patient and enjoy that journey while you're on it. Enjoy those phases, that phase of being in school to graduating to living in that apartment and then living in your new home. Enjoy all of the different phases, because then you're going to look back and be like, I know I certainly do. I look back on some of the life phases, like my high school experience, and I'm like, kind of wish I would have appreciated it a little bit more. Um, so I say all that to say, everyone's journey looks different. Just be patient and have faith in yours. Once I realized that everyone's timeline looks different, I kind of realized at the same time that happiness doesn't look perfect, because timelines aren't going to be perfect. Your goals aren't, like, how you envision your life isn't perfect. So happiness isn't going to be perfect. Like, you're not just going to be happy because you have the car, you have the job, you have the everything that you thought of. Happiness comes from having friends around you that love you and support you and push you out of your comfort zone. Happiness looks like having parents that care about you, having a support system, like being allowed to grow. I feel like is one of the main things that you have to do. And to grow, you have to unlearn that. You have to unlearn that, okay, it's okay if this happens along the way because I got my friends. Or it's okay if this happens along the way. I got a concert happening in a couple of weeks I'm looking forward to. Or whatever it may be. Whatever it may be, happiness looks different every single day. And you don't have to have the car, you don't have to have the degree, you don't have to have the shiny things to be happy. Or at least that's what I learned in that phase. I say all that to say you really don't have to have your life together to enjoy life. You know, you may have your favorite dinner at home. I For me, it's all about perspective. So do one thing a day that makes you happy. And then before you know it, you're living a happy life. For example, I make my coffee, my favorite coffee every morning, and it kind of gets me out of bed thinking about it. Or I'm going to put on this my favorite outfit today. That gets me out of bed. I'm going to watch my favorite show. Or, you know what, today I'm going to splurge and have my favorite lunch because I deserve it. You deserve it. And those little happy moments, all those little victories, they you need to celebrate them, because that is what life is about, and it makes those hard times feel less and less if you celebrate the little happy moments in your life. Which, for me, I also had to learn that you need to rest, that burnout is real, girl. Even going to school, coming home, cleaning up your mess and then going to work, coming home, taking a shower, and going, like, that's draining. That was draining. But I also had to learn to say no to people, which kind of goes into the people pleasing thing of, do I say yes because I want to go, or do I say yes because I don't want to hurt their feelings? Sometimes I had to say no because I was so exhausted that I needed to just sleep, or mentally, I'm going to be a bitch because I haven't gotten enough rest. So rest doesn't need to be like, oh, I'm going to get these chapters done and I'm going to get all of the dishes done and I'm going to do this and then I'll take a nap. No, girl, like, if you need to get up and stretch for a 15-minute stretch break in between chapters, do that. Like, you deserve that. I'm not saying, you know, press snooze 15 times on your alarm in the morning when you have to be at work, but I am saying, if you have a moment that you need to decompress, decompress, because you deserve it. Your body deserves it. And you don't need to be in survival mode all the time thinking, if I don't do this, it'll go wrong, because it won't. You deserve to love yourself and have that quality time with yourself. Because I don't think, if you do, you're not taking care of yourself. And that's just the mentality that I had to kind of grasp. I'm not saying that's the mentality that everybody should have. It's just something that I had to learn. In order to, like, not go crazy, because I noticed I would just keep going and going and going, and I would be so snippy and I would just be so rude to people that I love. Like, my poor grandpa got most of it because, I lived with him. So I would just be like, oh my God, I just want to go to bed. Why am I dealing with this? Because, girl, you're exhausted and you're not giving your mind, like, time to reset and rest. Your body deserves it, guys. Your body deserves rest. One toxic trait that I had would be that I thought the world needed to be burning or chaotic. I wouldn't allow myself to feel at peace or just have a boring night. I found myself, like, after reflecting on it, I found myself causing drama, causing problems for me when I really didn't have any going on, because I felt, if nothing's going on, then nothing's going on in the bigger picture. But that's not necessarily the case. It kind of goes back to that burnout. The universe is giving you that opportunity to rest, to love yourself, to reflect. And instead of doing all of those things, I just made it worse for myself, is what I did. I get into toxic friendships, relationships, start drama with my family, some of my friends, and it just wasn't good for me. But it wasn't until I met my boyfriend that I realized that coming home, lighting a candle, getting in the bath, and laying down is really fun. Like, it's really relaxing. And taking that time to love yourself and let it be peaceful around you is a feeling for me that can't be described. Like, it's something that I've always wanted in my life. I came from a family that, we didn't talk, we argued. And so coming out of that into a very peaceful relationship, into something that made me realize that life doesn't always have to be chaotic. It doesn't always have to feel like burning the world down. It can be, just as calm as the waves, or just, I don't even know, like, a good analogy to say, but life doesn't have to always be chaotic. It doesn't always have to feel like you're in survival mode or having to, like, protect yourself. It's okay to let go and be at peace. That's something that I really had to learn, because that's something that was engraved in my mind since a child, was the chaos, chaos, chaos. But it doesn't have to be like that. My boyfriend really taught me how to live in peace. He taught me that your relationships, like friendships, your relationship with your family, it doesn't have to feel like you're stepping on eggshells all the time. It doesn't have to feel like you're not being heard, that you're not being seen by these people. And it is actually okay to set that, once again, boundary of maybe even cutting them out of your life or switching from a friend to an acquaintance or whatever the case may be. He really taught me that love is safe. You should feel safe in love, whether it be with your boyfriend, girlfriend, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your friends, family. It doesn't matter. It should feel safe. You shouldn't feel judged. Um, which, getting into that relationship, he really showed me that, love is kind, as silly as it may sound, but it's true. The people that truly love you will help better you. They will stick by your side, help you correct your wrongs, help you do that self-reflection, but love you. It's a balancing act, I feel like, but you shouldn't have to feel like you have to protect yourself like every single time you're talking to that person. It's something that, like, my boyfriend helped me realize in this life, and I'm very grateful for that, because I think if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't know how to put up boundaries. I wouldn't know how to stop people pleasing and start pleasing Tori. That's really important, guys. Start pleasing yourself. Want to go to school? Go to school. Make it happen. Want to start a YouTube channel? Freaking start a YouTube channel. Make it happen. Do what you want to do in this life. Do not let anyone, anyone deteriorate you or your feelings, because they don't deserve to be in your life. Okay? Let's just put that out there. You deserve everything in this world. And that's just kind of my mantra right now is I deserve happiness. I deserve, like, authentic love. And I deserve to be happy. I'm not going to let anything deteriorate me from what I want to do. That's just kind of the life lessons that I'm going through right now. So if I feel like I'm coming at you, there's just a lot of passion. I feel really passionate about these things that we're talking about today, guys, because it changed me. It changed who I was as a person to the core. I feel like my beliefs are the same, but I have so much self-respect because I unlearned all of these traits, like, I'm still learning and I'm still growing. I'm only 23, but I've made so much progress. And I just want to share that with you guys, whoever it can help in that that stage of life and that growth. Um, so yeah, that's just kind of everything that I wanted to talk about today. It's what's been on my mind since reflecting on that last episode with Briley. And I hope the conversation today can help, I don't know, maybe push you to love yourself a little bit more, push you to set up those boundaries. Maybe it encourages you to get that rest when you need that rest. Take that stretch break when you need to take that stretch break. Maybe this encouraged you to go for that new career, start that new YouTube channel, whatever it is. Please just start being authentic to you and just doing what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, you're living this life, and it's your life. That's really all it is how do you want to look back on things. If you're in that stage, I promise you everything gets better at some point, and having a different mindset or changing your mindset will help you in the dark times, I promise. Like, I still have bad moments, even if I do have that mindset of, or I still may let people cross my boundaries even if I feel so strongly about it. It's all learning. This is life. At the end of the day, though, nobody has to live your life but you. So just start living it for you, man? But anyways, remember, life is messy, but you got it. I'll see you next time.